Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we have a new EZA here. This is, what, the third edition for Peppy GALS. OCEANUS Shenron and Launch are getting their EZAs. So this is interesting. So next year is going to be Margarita and Kawaii, huh? I mean, I guess Universal Survival Saga in 2024 certainly could be pretty good. I mean, we have so many characters from that category that are up for EZA. Alright, now let's go and take a look. So the weakness of Oceanus and Launch is Peppy GALS. I think that this EZA should be very weak, right? I don't really anticipate any ridiculousness at all. This should just be very, very easy for us to sort of get through, right? I don't think that there's going to be anything holding us back. This is not like the same level of difficulty of an EZA as like normal EZAs. So Oceanus has damage reduction against INT, so we are pretty much just left with this. But I mean, we have the best character in the game on this roster, right? We could rock Kale, we could rock LR Kale and Kefla. I mean, looking at this, it's not really too impressive. I mean, sure, we do have, like, you know, Kale and Kefla, TUR, and SSRs all over there. We are going to be using the new Android 18. I have been link leveling her, not quite done yet. Let's just jump in. I mean, I think that you could probably beat this with, like, damn near a full free-to-play roster, right? Like, this should not be a difficult EZA. I don't think by any stretch of the imagination. This should really be quite easy. And then, of course, we've got our girl Android 18. I almost kind of want to give Android 18 a little spotlight, but she'll get her chance. I don't think Videl by herself is just going to go ahead and one-shot Oceanus. Now, Peppy GALS, could Peppy GALS be, like, a legitimate team? At the moment, I would probably say no. I mean, could it? Damn, dude, like, if you would have to run Videl as the leader, like, Videl is not really going to be able to just hold up the way she used to, right? Like, we would need the dodges from her. Mamba is, of course, really not good enough. Or Mamba is not really, like, anything super crazy. I do like this Android 18. She's strong, especially on a Peppy Gal team. Like, a full Peppy Gal team like this Android 18 essentially has a 50% chance to dodge, right? So she is going to be bobbing and weaving. And of course, we do have Bulma, we do have Kale and Kefla plus Kale, which we could use as a rotation. And there are sort of like other just kind of like random characters we could use who might be fairly effective, right? Depending upon, you know, maybe we're doing Metal Cooler Core, we're doing a different type of stage. I mean, you do have Fasha. Fasha's still quite good. If the fight is super long, though, and it's not going to end against like an INT enemy, I do think that could be troublesome for Fasha. I'm just looking, you know, Universe 6, considering that STR Kale and Tech Kefla could still EZA at some point, that would be very interesting. The thing about STR Kale and Tech Kefla is that they're sub-EZA characters for STR Kefla. That's something that we do have to keep in mind, right? And STR Kefla is not even EZA'd. Now, they have shown us that for a lot of times, in particular major celebrations, but I guess for the Super Trunks celebration they did just do this, but occasionally they would EZA the sub-EZA unit at the same time as the main EZA character, right? Like, we saw them do this in the 2022 the Cooler Worldwide Download Celebration. They did it over there. Bro, it's actually crazy. Like, we just have no struggles for key whatsoever. Like this team, with all these characters having that Battlefield Diva link, right? I mean, it's a 3-key link, and it gives them a little bit of extra dodge, so we're going to be good. But yeah, I mean, I could see Peppy GALS being a pretty solid team, actually, because it's like, if you look at the roster, they've got pieces. I feel like EZA Launch, right, against potentially, like, an INT boss could be effective. Fasha could be very effective against an INT boss, right? Like, you have certain characters that could work well. Chilai, of course, would be a very strong... Chilai is, I mean, probably the second best character on Peppy GALS. Well, no. No, because Kale is probably the second best character on Peppy GALS. If I would have to sort of rank the Peppy Gal characters, how would we do it? Bulma is one, obviously, because Bulma's the best character in the game. So, I mean, Bulma is the best unit on any category that she's on, because she's number 1. Kale's got to be 2, and then I probably would put Chi-Lai at 3. Tech, Kale, and Caulifla, they could still be okay depending upon the fight. But, I mean, obviously, the one thing is the one fight where there's, like, the super strong AGL boss towards the end is Broly. But that's a fight where you can't dodge, which hurts that character a lot, right? Since Kefla, all the Kefla characters are always, like, dodging characters. That's a big thing with the Universe 6 girls, actually, in general. Is that, well, Caulifla, I guess, specifically. You know, who could we get that could be, like, a 200% leader for Peppy Gals? There's several options. I mean, we could easily get an Android 18. Just because we got this banner unit Android 18, I do not think that means, oh, we can't get Android 18. They could give us a future Android 18, I guess, potentially as a Dokkan Fest. Again, we're looking specifically at a character that could lead Peppy Gals. They always could give us, we don't have an LR Kefla. Maybe like a Carnival LR Kefla. Well, the only thing is, a Carnival LR Kefla that only leads Peppy Gals, I mean, it could work, because all the Universe 6 girls would be on it, so I guess that's actually not the worst idea ever, right? Like, when I initially said it, that sounded kind of weird, but no, I think that actually probably would work. Carnival LR Kefla, Peppy Gal 200% leader skill, because that would include every Kale and Caulifla unit on the team as well. That could be pretty interesting. Yeah, Kefla is actually a pretty major character who does not have an LR, right? I mean, that's definitely going to happen. Kefla is another one of these fusion characters, too, where there's a version of Kefla that's not really well represented, and that's Super Saiyan Kefla. The only Super Saiyan Kefla we have is just the SSR for the physical, EZA Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. So I do think that we could easily see, like, a Super Saiyan Kefla at some point. Although, I do say that, but we still don't have standalone Blue Gogeta. And I don't even think standalone Blue Gogeta, like, is he likely to show up soon? I mean, I guess it depends, this worldwide download celebration, right? Like, if they give us, like, a standalone Vegito Blue, then that means a Gogeta's coming. They always kind of, like, they give the same type of treatment, typically. Like, it seems like they drop almost, like, kind of, like, corresponding characters a lot of times when it comes to, like, Super Gogeta and Super Vegito, and then, like, Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito. They pretty much give, again, very, very similar sort of, like, respect to both of them. So, I do think that, like, if we get, like, a Blue Goku and Vegeta that will fuse into Vegito, that means we're gonna see, like, a Goku and Vegeta that fuse into Gogeta version coming up at some point, too. So, it's another thing to keep in mind. Yeah, Dokkan, I mean, there's still a lot to go. And then taking it back to the Kefla point, too, like, we have so many Universal Rival Saga characters that, like, need to EZA somewhere. Occasionally, they will just EZA a character in a random celebration. I think INT LR Bojack is the most obvious example of that, like, ever, right? Like, they just kind of randomly tossed INT Bojack his EZA in that Yamcha celebration without much point, but I don't think that's the most common thing ever, right? Like, that's not, like, a typical thing. Usually, the EZA has at least some relevance to whatever, like, the Dokkan Fest is or the theme is or something like that. Because, like, if we just go in reverse, we have Transforming Vegeta, who EZA'd with Super Trunks, right? That makes sense. I mean, it's that Transforming Vegeta has Super Vegeta in his, like, transformations, and he's on Heavenly Events and all those same type of teams. Like, that does actually make sense. Dodge it. Yep, of course. It wouldn't have mattered anyway, but I do love dodging super attacks. It feels good. It does feel good. I guess you could go to the Tanabata celebration, though. It didn't really make a ton of sense for Beerus and LR God Goku to EZA. They're in Tanabata. I don't really see what the direct purpose of that is. So that one, I feel like you could almost sort of chalk that up similar to like LR Bojack. I think you probably could. Going backwards, Gohan and Goten EZA'd with Turles. I mean, that's also, I think, pretty up in the air. Like, they're both movies, and that's generally just about it. So I don't know. I mean, it's like already just I've thought of like quite a few. Remember STR Ultimate Gohan EZA'd for Golden Week of 2022, which was Cell Saga, and they gave Ultimate Gohan as EZA. Although Ultimate Gohan did work fairly well with both of those Goku and Gohan Golden Week characters, right? That's something that's important to keep in mind. He worked very effectively with them. So it's hard to say. But I do think that with the sheer amount of Tournament of Power characters coming up, so we're talking like Blue Kaioken and Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, 6th Anniversary UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, and then the Part 2 LRs, the Golden Freezes and 17s. We have LR STR UI Goku, right? Like, I mentioned Blue Kaioken and Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? Kefla, the Physical Angel Golden Frieza. Like, there's actually just so many, like, Dokkan Fest and LRs that are going to be like due up for EZAs. Occasionally, they have, just give me the most amount of key we can get. Occasionally, they have like really delayed some characters EZAs. The huge one, of course, is LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who is just kind of sitting there forever at this point. Like, it's like, is he ever gonna EZA? It doesn't really seem so. That guy, I mean, eventually he'll EZA, I guess. I wonder, like, the thing is, I've seen a lot of people talk about that LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku and them waiting for his EZA. But, like, when he finally does EZA, the thing about that is he's probably going to, like, EZA in a celebration where we get a new good animation Dragon Fist Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Right? Like, it's... that, I think, is what we can see. So it's like, alright, yahoo! This EZA Goku who is, replaced already. Like, I could definitely see that, like, we get that EZA first or something like that, and then he's replaced shortly after by the Dragon Fist version. Damn, Kale and Khalifa took damage here, huh? Bro, Kale and Khalifa, man. I don't care what nobody says. I am not super high on EZA LR Kale and Khalifa, dude. I feel like they have holes in their kit that's just very easy for them to get taken advantage of by the boss, like kind of like the flaws that they have. It's just so easy for them to get disintegrated into silly putty. It's just so damn easy, right? It is pretty crazy. All right, so what are we moving into? Stage 30 right here. Yep, this will be the final stage. I guess one thing that is good about these EZAs every celebration is, essentially I get Orbs to Rainbow, a physical and an int character for free. We get all the Grand Kais and stuff like that, so that's good. All right, so I'll make sure to get the showcases for Oceanus and Launch out pretty quickly today. I don't think like either of them are going to be the craziest ever, but I definitely don't think that like Launch is not a throwaway. I don't think. Oceanus, I mean, we're probably going to be using her on Omega Shenron's GT Bosses team. We'll see if she could put in any work. The problem with Oceanus, and honestly with a lot of these strong Peppy Gal characters, is like debuffs are just so central to what they do. Like, it's so funny. Remember, Extreme Super Battle Road, a lot of those early stages were so tough. And then I remember Peppy Gals was just not nearly as hard because of just the way all those characters are designed. Last thing before we head out here, who is another character that could lead Peppy Gals? Kefla, Android 18. I mean, I guess they could do another Videl. They could easily... I think Bulma would be a great one. There's only one card for adult Bulma, and it's the one from Namek. I think Namek Bulma could get a Dokkan Fest. That would be cool. And, like, her animations could be the filler episode where she's in her, like, robot. I don't know about, like, Fasha getting a Dokkan Fest. Like, that doesn't... that doesn't seem like it makes a ton of sense to me, right? Chi-Chi? I mean, could they have her doing her, like, like that, like almost like mini Kaioken stuff she does in the Garlic Jr. saga, perhaps. I guess Ribrianne. They could do Ribrianne. There is Android 21. I'm not sure what the ruling is with Android 21 though. I believe they can't make 21 a Dokkan Fest or a Legends Limited or like an like something like that. I think. But I guess that's something that I don't know for sure. I mean, 21 would be awesome. Android 21, oh my god. That's like a Dokkan Fest Peppy Gal leader. Like, hell yeah. But I'm not even sure if that's something they can do. If that's something they could do, I feel like that they would have that in the pipeline, right? 21 is a nice villain buff, too. I mean, she's on Battle of Wits, Transformation Boost, Majin Power, Power Absorption. She's a Metamorphosis and Big Bad Boss's Fear and Faith character. Like, Android 21 is a substantial villain buff, for sure. But, alright, there we go. We got this done. I will EZA Oceanus and launch. We'll go ahead and test them out. I'm sure the girls will be very, very spectacular.